I encourage us to reward a good thing. Because in school, we would be given certificate. Even for the most disciplined child, they are given certificate to show that even this one is valued as being number one, the top student in class academically, as just a top discipline can also be, disciplined child can be given a reward. So let's know that rewards and bribes are not the same, okay? And they communicate different things. So reward, encourage, okay, and praise the right behavior. All right. Now, when we talk about consequences, let them know that if you do this, these are the consequences, and explain. So they are going to avoid that which will bring negative consequences, and go for that which will bring them a reward. So bribe and reward are two different things. Reward needs to be encouraged. All right. So, of course, by the end of the day, when children do things like throwing tantrums, jumping up and down, it's like, if you don't do this, I will not do this. That kind of manipulation. We also need to let the children know that you are an authority. You are not a friend. When you say no, you mean no. Okay? You don't allow the children so manipulate you. So what we are saying is give both consequences and also rewards. All right? Let the child know if you touch fire, you're going to be burned. All right? Now, when they touch fire, they know that I have been burned, but I was told. All right? So let there be no gap when you are dealing with children, because we are instilling values so that it doesn't come a time where I have to keep on using the stick, the rod, spank them, call them names. No, it is a way of life. We are teaching them the way to live, the way to do things. That's better than being reactive. So it's good to be proactive. Then enforce the rules you give. All right, dear guardian, dear parents, the teacher, children worker, please, when you tell the children, let's do this or do the other, all right, let the children know your yes is yes and your no is no. Don't tell them to drink water and then you take wine. You see, children are very bright. Children understand these things, okay? They will reach somewhere and know by the time when you say yes, you mean no. And it's going to be very, very hard for you to discipline them. So let them just learn from you. That I said, when we walk into the room, close the door or shut the door behind you. You see, so remember that, because you told them to do that. Also demonstrate that. When you get into the house, also shut the door, because children learn by observation. We have said on this platform in the past, children don't listen. Children observe. That's why you keep on saying the same thing and they keep repeating the same mistake that you have corrected. But when you do it, they observe, so they learn quickly. They know you say we do this and you also do. That is the right way to do, okay? So enforce the rules that you give. Enforce them by following the same rules, practicing the same rules, because discipline our children, I know you all agree, it's never convenient, all right? So sometimes they disobey, they do the same thing and things like those. But when they observe, it's easier just to be doing what you do. Because if you look at when children are growing up, even you, when you are growing up, you behaved the same. If it was our time, our dads, now they're on the screen. TikTok, newspapers are already online. But during our time, when our daddies came home, they used to carry a newspaper. And come after a long day, that's when they're now reading the news. When they have come, they're reading the newspaper. I don't know whether it used still to be news, because it used to be in the evening. However, the children around there, they will come, not very conscious, but they should be conscious, because when you say we are unconscious sometimes the children will come, or a child will come, because they have observed the father do that. One day you come and find them seated the same position and holding the newspaper, and they don't know how to read, and that newspaper, most likely it's even upside down. Why? They observed. So children become what they see more than what they hear. So the rules that we enforce, let's do them. Let's practice them. And then as we see, then the method that we set for discipline needs to be effective. All right? Of course, different families use different methods of disciplining the children. And then I want you to know also, we can't discipline children the same because of personality, you see, and again, the age group. We don't use the same. So it's good to be very creative as we do. We put in some methods. We follow some methods of disciplining our children. Hebrews 12:11, the Bible says, "For the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it." So whatever discipline method you employ, it must be uncomfortable for your child. All right? Just to clarify this, does not allow, we are not saying that we allow for abuse of any kind, or for a parent to get their anger out on their child. But discipline, remember, is for a child's good, not a parent's anger. Children is not for you as a parent or a guardian or a children worker at whatever level or you are in instilling discipline. It is not for you to let your anger out. No, it's supposed to discipline. It is meant for good of the child. If it is not meant for good of the child, then that becomes something else. It's not discipline. All right. So that's why when we read the scriptures, we said whoever disciplines their son, they love them. So discipline has to be out of love, because we want the best for our children. You see, so that if we are angry and frustrated, it's good to wait until you calm down, okay, before correcting your child. You don't correct your child to react or to let out your frustration. That's not discipline. That's bullying, actually. So if you are really so hurt and so frustrated, wait a bit, you see, to discipline your child. And then when you catch them doing right, it's just a way of discipline. When you find them doing the right thing, it's a very powerful way of disciplining children, in a way that they were doing the same thing, the right thing. And the discipline here is that you want them to continue. You see, that you want to instill discipline here. You want them to continue doing that. You need to encourage them, okay? And then the issue of the reward can come back there. You see, to give them encouragement. Sometimes you hug them, that's you're doing very well. They will continue doing that, because praise is a very powerful tool, even for all of us. When you praise somebody, even a grown-up gets excited. Their happy. They find you a very safe place where they become now comfortable. So, so praise is a very powerful tool and also a blessing for children. So remember to do that, because it also helps us. Oh, what we are doing is the right thing. What you're doing excites our dad or our mom, so it must be a good thing. So it is like a way of communicating something. It's like you're going the right direction. And when we do that, they will follow through. So always know that discipline is very key. Have it in your mind, in your head, always, that discipline is very important. And then just know that it's a principle that you want to keep. It doesn't matter the many things that you are doing together. Even if you're going to eat out, even if you're going swimming, even if you're going to, outdoor games and where you are relaxed, please make sure discipline is a principle of raising children that you should not forget. The most confusing thing, why we are presenting it to you like this, is because we are living at a time where spanking is not really allowed as such. You see, I don't want to go there a lot, but we bring another way that following through discipline as the children grow up. That's why you realize, even you as a parent, you also need to be involved. It's not just spanking. No, it is showing people or children the way of life as they grow. That's why I said, if you set rules, let us wake up at 8 a.m. every day. Let's clear the table. Let's do this. Then when you also do the same, you see, they observe. Okay, you also practice. So we are saying, instead of reacting, let's be proactive. Let it be a way of life, a walk with them day by day, instilling that discipline, so that then you cut out a path for them that they are going to follow. Once in a while, they'll look like they are not making it. I think so. And because you are not going to spank, it's good to remind them, this is what I taught you. Even their friends sometimes, before they get to you, the friends or the siblings tell them, you remember, this is what is supposed to be done, because they have learned that. And that way, then we raise a generation that pleases the Lord. As we say, the reason why we aim lower, where the children are, is because that's where we are going to hand over the baton. What future do you want to see? You see, and future is not a blank space. Future, the future, when we talk about the future, we are talking about our children, because we are handing over that baton to them. Now, the future we talk about when it comes to the world of children, that future is not ahead. The future is behind. All right? When you talk about the future is behind, that's where the children are. All right? So we need to look back what is happening behind there. You see, where the tens, the nines, the eights, the seven, the five, the twos, the ones, you see, and teach them, because that is the learning time, 0 to 15. Let's throw our weight there, and let's instill discipline as a way of life. Thank you very much.